in the box.
Right.
And for me, I had to swap the other way and learn to catch and get solider.
Sure.
And almost where I've messed up is getting too solid.
Right, sure.
And now it's, you have to work on the two swings in the box and getting prepared faster.
Right, sure.
So I've had to go back to that and work on that more.
Right, sure. Cleo, talk to me about your horse a little bit. What are you riding out here?
I'm riding a horse that I bought from Corey Kuntz a couple of months ago. And he's a real nice horse that Corey's had a lot of success on the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Seems to fit me pretty good.
Right.
I thought that he has really worked outstanding here at the finals for me.
Right.
I'm just now kind of getting with him to where I know where he's at, and he knows where I'm at. When you change riders, change ropers, the horse has to get used to you, and you got to get used to the horse where you're on the same page and you know where each other's at, and it feels like it's coming together pretty good.
Right, sure. Perfect timing anyway, huh? Hey, Cleo, you've roped with a lot of different partners, and talk about your partner, Chad Masters, there for a second.
Well, number one, it was an honor to get to rope with Chad because I consider him in the elite status of the headers.
Right, sure.
And so from that standpoint, from a healer, he gives you the opportunity to back in here on the 10th round and get to run at a World's Championship.
Yeah.
And there's not too many guys like that.
Right.
It's a testament and a credit to his hard work and his knowledge of the game. Like he alluded to before, he works on all aspects of the game. He works on the short game, he works on the long game, he works on the fast game. He puts a lot of time into his horses. He's an excellent horseman.
Yes, sir.
He's always, when we was going down the road all year long, there wasn't hardly a place that we went from week to week that he wasn't trying a horse and checking him out and seeing if that horse might be the next great one.
Yeah.
So he's always looking ahead. And that's what it takes to be a great elite header in this game today.
Right, sure. Chad, talk about what you're riding right now out here. Have you had any horse changes during the week or anything, or how's your horse feeling to you?
My horse has done a great job. I'm really bad to want to swap one.
Sure.
Just to see if it's going to get better.
Absolutely.
And most of the time it goes worse here.
Right.
So my horse, he's done great. His name's Warthog. I'd bought him from Jade when Jade was going to head, but it was Britt Williams' horse before.
Right. Yeah.
And he's rode him here before. He done all the training.
So he knows the deal.
Yeah, he knows the deal.
Yeah.
He's been great. I've rode him pretty much all year.
Right.
And he's big, he's tough, and
yeah, he's ready for it.
He's pretty dependable.
That's good. That's good. Chad, I'm going to come back to you here. And folks, we're with World Champion Team Ropers Cleo Brian Cooper and Chad Masters here. Chad, we're about the same age, and I know this guy had to be one of your heroes. He's everybody's hero in the team roping. But talk about getting a partner up with Cleo Brian Cooper.
You know what? It's more than an honor for me.
Yeah.
It's something that honestly you don't even I remember I told him that we were going down the road, and I'd went to one of his roping schools when I was 10.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
and so it was pretty cool. My mom's got pictures of it and stuff. And but I remember going to the U.S. finals, and you'd be walking down the aisle, and you just pass them, and you know all their names, and
stare at him.
I just stare at him. And
I've done it.
It's pretty crazy to even get the chance to rope with him.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely dream of, but you didn't think you'd ever get the chance. So
Right, sure.
I've learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
He don't say much, but when he says something, it's pretty important. You better listen to it.
Yeah, exactly. Cleo, when I ride in the box, I try to tell myself, ride my horse, be aggressive. What do you think when you ride in the box? Is there anything in particular, that you try to keep reminding yourself every time? Is there do you have a weakness that you try to concentrate on, something you may not think about while you're roping? Does that happen to you at all?
Well, I think you have to be mentally focused when you ride in there, knowing what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to do. For me, it's hitting my corner right.
I see.
and being in the right position just as soon as the steer squares up and turns back. You know, Chad, as a header, he's trying to set it up to where it makes it easy for me to know where the corner is going to be and easy for me to hit the spot. That's, you know, that's the team element of it, is we're trying to coordinate our spacing, the start, him getting a sharp catch, rope tight, moving at the right time, and me being able to hit the right spot right at the right time. And if all that comes together, it's a pretty simple run.
Right, sure.
Once that equation starts to fall apart, then it becomes a lot more difficult.
Right.
So when I ride in the box, that's my main focus, is to be watching how the run is being displayed, what's going on there with my header, is everything, you know, developing on course,
right,
and me being in a spot that when I decide to come in, that it's right at the right time.
Sure. How about you, Chad? When you ride, do you ever have to remind yourself of anything in particular as you're riding in the box, you know, to, as far as maybe a weakness in your team roping, if there is one? I've never seen one, but.
No, definitely. Here's the biggest place that it can show up, as small as the arena is.
Right.
And it's been really important for me this week, as bright as it is and loud as it is in there, just to focus on just me and the cow only.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's still an arena, still a shoot.
Sure.
And even this week, I've rode the same horse, and he's been a little quick all year. And I get here, and he's freed up a little bit.
Right.
So when he's talking about the handles, it's been a different deal for us this week. Me trying to know where to go from the position I'm in. So it's been some stuff kind of changing this week. Not meaning to, but trying to get around it a little bit.
It does happen, though. Well, Brian, when you're coming down the arena, are you a guy that, you know, do you watch that head catch go on? Or are you focusing on, say, like the steer's hips the whole time? You know, talking about making that corner. What do you watch for, you know, to time that corner just right?
I try to put my eyes on the right leg of the steer, kind of right up, just below the flank. When I'm in the chute, I want to get my eyes focused on that spot.
Right.
But I also want to be able to with my peripheral vision, see Chad, what position he's in. I can see the head rope go on. Sometimes I don't know if he got a neck or or horns, but I can see it go on. I see the rope starting to come tight. I can tell where the head horse is moving. You know, all of that, if I can see all that, that shows me where everything's going, how fast it's moving, and I can react from that.
Right. And as far as, you know, when you're in the box and scoring and different stuff, are you a guy that watches the steer, or do you watch Chad nod?
You know, I've been watching the steer here the last year and a half or so.
Right.
I used to always sit in the back of the box, and if I wanted to get a quicker start, I would watch the header. Right. So I'd be just a little bit ahead of the gate. But I found here in the last couple of years that I need to go back to focusing on where the feet are. Right. And in doing that, now to cheat my start, if I want a better start, I'm gonna cheat myself up in the box a little further. Right. I might come from halfway. Sure. That way I've got that extra stride or that extra step to get up on a steer and maybe hold him or whatever. We had one steer early on in the week that wanted to hang himself over, go to the right as soon as the head rope went on. And so, you know, my job that night was to try to cheat myself up in the box, try to be the first thing that the steer saw, to try to push him over and influence him over there. Where the worst thing that can happen is, in that situation, is that Chad's horse gets a little quick when he throws, and then the steer leaves him to the right. Right. It's real hard for him to get back to the horn.
Right, sure.
So.
And I guess it makes it tough to make that corner, too, with him out on the right. You know, if you can't get up on his head kind of deal, I guess it makes it tough, you know, on a healing point as well.
It does. It puts a healer right on top of the steer. Right. Then you're covering him up. Then you got to try to rope him when he jumps out away from you, which different shot than you're trying to set up.
Right, sure. You guys have been the most consistent ropers. You're first in the average. And I got one more question, and I'm going to let y'all go and do your thing tonight, because this is a big night for y'all. But, Chad, what's the game plan tonight?
You know, there's different It just depends on what kind of everybody else does.
Right.
I mean, it could go either. There's so many different ways it could go for everybody tonight. There's still 3 or 4 teams that have a good chance to win, and we kind of have to go off that. As fast as they run it, I'm probably just going to try to make the best run I can on my cow.
Sure. Do you know where will you guys be in the lineup as far as what order you'll be roping? Do you know that right now? You know tonight, you know if you'll be third from last or second from last or the first team out? Do you know where you'll be in that lineup?
I'm pretty sure we'll be third from last.
Third from last.
Yep.
That's a decent spot to be in, I guess, you know, to kind of see what everybody's done, you know, that kind of deal. But y'all got a big night ahead of you tonight, and I want to let y'all know it means a lot to me that y'all came. You know, y'all are heroes of mine, and I appreciate y'all showing up here. But, folks, give it a hand for a world champion team ropes, Clay O'Brien Cooper and Chad Masters. And good luck tonight, guys.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thanks.